Hello there, we're in the old home studio here, and just getting a new piece started, and start with some nice plain old materials like wood and good old power tools, you know how those go, and make everything from scratch. So that you know your piece is 100% unique and one of a kind and handmade, etc. I've always liked making things with my hands. When I was a kid, all the other kids are out there playing sports and football. I was home building Legos. So that's what I've always been into, is building things. And, even though this is a painting, I'm doing artwork, I still get to build something, and that sort of satisfies something in me, I think. I'm mixing up a special blend of my plaster mixture. It's kind of funny, whenever I mix this, it tends to have a consistency like cake batter, and sometimes I want to eat it because it looks so good. It's tiring to do this sometimes. This isn't a giant batch, but sometimes on a big huge batch it gets really tiring. And it's really thick. Yum. You want a bite? Okay, this is about done. We're gonna get to pouring on here. Look at that. Ooh. I'll turn it this way. I'm a southpaw, so sometimes I forget that I do things backwards. Yum. I like to cook too, so maybe this sort of satisfies some weird little need in me to mix stuff up in a bowl and pour it out on something. Although I would never knead this with my hands, because then I'd never clean it off. Sometimes doing this, I get nice and dirty, and I feel like a construction worker or something. I've always got paint underneath my fingernails, or I've always got plaster stuck to me, or half of my clothes have paint splattered all over them, because I choose to just wear normal clothes when I do this. And there we go, look at that. It's like, I used to work at Costco, and I used to make pizza, and you have to spread the sauce on like this. And this brings back memories of that 110-degree pizza kitchen. Learn how to make some good pizza, though. Okay, I'm just finishing up the first coat of texture. This is a plaster that I developed myself, and it adds a really nice texture to the whole piece, as well as seals the wood. As you can see, I've incorporated a frame design into the whole piece, which I like to do. First of all, it removes the necessity to buy a frame. The piece is already one unit ready to hang, and I like the frame design around the piece. It adds something to it, and me being an artist and a designer, I think those go well together. And doing a little bit of texturing with, you guessed it, a fork. I don't know what it is about me and food, but maybe it's always on my mind. I'm one of those kind of guys who grazes gradually all day long. Sorry, this is kind of like a tennis match. Wish my hand going back and forth. Let's back up a little bit. This adds a really nice sort of exotic papyrus or linen sort of texture, which will look really nice once I start layering paint over it. Because you'll see all the different colors come through as the different colors seep into the cracks, and some stay on top, and some gets wiped away, and other gets layered on top, and adds a really neat effect to it. This texture is kind of like my playground. I can do anything I want with it. Sometimes I'll leave it as just the plaster texture, and it kind of comes out like a really nice stucco fresco sort of look. And sometimes I will deliberately make different textures out of it with different objects and utensils and whatever I can find to press into it or drag across it. And it really gives it a neat depth that canvas alone or even just wood panel would not give you. So that's how I start the first construction of the piece, as well as layering texture and sealant on it. And now I'll let this dry for a good 10 hours, and then I will get started layering some paint on it. So if you're buying one of my pre-made pieces off of ChristopherClark.com, or if you're ordering a commission custom piece, then you can see how yours will start as well. And that'll about do it. So I've never, as far as I know, seen anyone do it quite like this, which is cool. I guess it'll be a conversation starter, I hope.